Now it's safe to say this championship form, which, to be fair, it's the championship, is a bit like that. We go from the heights of beating a really good team to the lows, as we are on a high at the moment, without spoiling too much of last episode. But today we start off with a tired team in a derby after a winter period, and you only know what that means further. It's the transfer window again. As yes people, welcome back to episode number 6 now of season number 4 of this Grimsby Town to Glory FIFA 23 career mode here on the MWS channel. Of course it is, as today we slightly spoiled it a little bit there, but if you haven't seen the previous episodes, like I've just alluded to before the intro, please do make sure you do go ahead and watch those ones to make sure you're up to date mostly with everything that's going on. And of course, if you do enjoy those, leave them a like and subscribe to the channel, which is completely free. As you can see today, it's a big game here. We're on the elusive 40-point mark, so that's potentially survival form already halfway through the season. As we play Hull City, who are level on points with us, higher goal difference by a little while, chasing them playoffs. We are 5 points behind. Still, don't hold the mindset that we're going to get there. I don't think we're going to get there. That's what I'm telling myself. And of course, anything else is a, what do you call it, a bonus. As you can see, the budget, completely a red circle, which I don't like, 5 million with a decent wage. But still, it's difficult to find players at this moment in the season. And as you can see, the team is looking pretty tired going into this first game. But I am going to walk you through this lineup straight away, because this is the team that we will be playing for Hull City. We have Ryan Alsop still in goal, Josh Eccles over ex-player Louis Coyle due to fitness, Kilger, Goodwin, Malif, Marr and Gleno in the defence, which isn't the strongest, but Niall Marr with the captain's armband in this one, which I didn't expect to say due to injuries, with Reggie Stone dropped back into normal midfield, with Deli Bashiru due to the injury to Bryn Morris, with John McAtee starting in attacking midfield, one of his first starts in that position, with Liam Cullen and Duncan Watmore up front together. It is a very rotated team. You can see 3 injuries, a smaller squad due to players going out on loan, and Elimbi being recalled by West Ham, which was expected and needs replacing, to be fair, as how is this first game going to go here at home on Derby Day against the Tigers? A big game now at Freeman Street, not at the K-Con this time, as Alias still up front, could have won the game last time out, with Ozan Tufan behind him, Tete on a wing with Randall Williams on the other, Regan Slater and Doherty sitting, with Peters, Greaves, McLaughlin and Javier Simmons at the back, with Yannick Huth in goal. If you ask me, that is a very underperforming Hull City side, which should not be down where they are, but they are, so no excuses really, as if you'd missed the previous episode at the end, you might have seen all the contracts done going into January, which is a brilliant thing. Well, not all of them, but not down to his own preferences, as Eccles to whip a ball in early on. Unfortunate. We know the last derby was really uneventful, so it's got to spark a little bit more in this one, as a ball straight into Ali. And a brilliant finish from the Hull striker to put them 1-0 up already away from home. And that was rather easy for him, wasn't it? Just drilled across the deck. And I am left kind of speechless. Tete with brilliant pace on this wing. No one close to him. And rather easy strike for the striker to take. Unfortunate, as Eccles coming across, getting a tackle in on Tete. A very good one. Ball into the middle into Deli Bashiru, who's playing promising at the moment. Oh, and if that ball would have just gone past that man. Liam Cullen was ready and waiting right there, as that's not a great pass, and Eccles has to jump on that, our number 8. Quite poor as a block in the way right there from that man. Now in the middle again, the striker's on the end of this one, and a good save from Ryan Alsop. Every time Hull get the ball, they're coming forward with menace. Not a great start to the game, as the corner's got to be defended clearly. Cullen, definitely not clear. Definitely not. A poor header from Liam Cullen, who's usually the heading king, straight into the path of Greg Doherty for a horrific start to the game. Horrific start to the new year as well, the new calendar year. 2026 not going our way. Got to try and get back from this, which is absolutely shocking, isn't it? As Dele Bashiru to jog through the middle here. He puts the ball through onto John McAtee. First involvement. Sends his man. McAtee with the left foot way over. Unfortunate for John. As a ball out wide, you can see we're dominant on possession. That makes this result so far even more shocking. As good bit of passing there through the middle of McAtee. Come on, mate. You were the prodigal being brought back to this club, as it's a good tackle from Dele Bashiru, and here's his chance to perform. He's just got a couple of men in front of him though, and a dodgy touch, but he still keeps it, and that's a good ball into Reggie Stone, you know. Can we get one back? We do at the near post. Don't celebrate that, Reggie. Alright, I have no control. He's going to knee slide. I'm going to skip it though. Don't want to see it again. We're still behind. Brilliant finish from his main man, who is doing a bit of a carry job at the moment. Absolutely love Reggie Stone as a player. As Kilger now to get this ball down the wing. And he'll pass it into Eccles, who needs to get it centrally and does so. Straight into the path of McAtee, who can't keep. The half-time whistle does go as well. There was 2-0 up. Shocking first 24 minutes, but we've got a goal back. And that should revive this crowd a bit. Need to be up for this second half as Dele Bashiru coming across. Needs to try and make a tackle, but doesn't, as Josh Eccles now has to watch his man out wide. Still, they've managed to get past us as they're just spinning on the ball in the middle. Ozan Tufan tried to get a ball around the corner, and it's a dodgy touch off the knee of Reggie Stone into Greg Doherty. Can't get a tackle in right there, so we'll have to try and pass this across the box as we do. Try and turn away a little bit there as we do as well. Reggie Stone straight into the path of Liam Cullen. Man out wide. Can we reach him? A bit of a slow pass, but it does reach him. Into Cullen again. Pass out wide, across the box. Watmore needs to be running at that. That's a really promising ball as Cullen takes it on well. And just wide of the post. Needed, to be honest. Cynic comes on for Ozan Tufan. And Jordan Maguire-Drew is on for us. Yes, in a big game like this one, when we're behind, we bring a player on who hasn't got any match fitness. But I think I know what I'm doing. More of an attacking midfielder. I hope it can pay off as I run through the middle. Try to get a tackle in. And they've got a bit of a gap. Take a shot on it. Bounces to Randall Williams, who's scuffed it. And we're still fighting for one back as Niall Maher needs to pass that off to the side as he does. McAtee through the middle onto Cullen. We've got the run around from Duncan Watmore. Can we pass this behind? We do into Gleno. Through the middle onto Cullen! To make it 2-2 late on Derby Day. We've restored a point as it stands from 2-0 down. And this is a Mariners comeback. Fantastic work from our number 10 who will come off the field. Yes, we'll take him off. We need to rotate as it's straight past the goalkeeper. And we are back on level terms. A great display so far as a ball around the corner as well. Into Alia. We've still got to be careful because this is anybody's game. A much more eventful derby to the last. As a header away from Godwin. Pass across from Harry. Bit risky, but it worked out. As Cox is going to cut to the side and give it into Harry Clifton. Dodgy touch. Dodgy touch. Got to get there again, Harry. Whoa. Goes through his man. And yes, it is giving us a free kick. As there's not long left in this game right here. We've got to defend. We don't lose this now we've come back. We haven't come back for nothing. Drags a man short in McLaughlin. Got to make sure we watch it. And a good tackle from Duncan Watmore. He's only got to run through here. Very late in the game. Duncan Watmore one-on-one with the keeper. He's saved. It's saved. Oh, that's the big 3 points that we haven't got, as there was lag as well at the end there. Oh, no. We take a point on Derby Day. We take it. We take it from where we had to come from. But it should have been 3. And I'm looking back at my software that's gone very dodgy for a couple of seconds. So if that highlight didn't go through and you got like a bit of a frozen screen, I really do apologise. If not, fine. Don't know why I'm saying this, as we've got to keep on moving on. We've got the FA Cup up next, actually. Completely forgot about that, I must admit, as Jackson Norman. Try and get him out on a loan to Cluj. I do not mind that at all, as Dele Bashiru. Shame about the result. I mean, we take a point and we move on, don't we? Stoke City we have in the Emirates FA Cup. Not a bad little run. Would not do us any harm, as Valenciennes coming in with an offer for Otis Khan above his evaluation, which I think has to be accepted. I know it's a move abroad for him. He's going to try and revive his football somehow. Loved Oti in real life, or do love him still as a player, but he's got to go. Truly hope he can revive that career of his. Truly hope he can revive his career of his, as we've got a loan offer from Daz Eupen for David Drew, which of course I'll accept on a loan to buy, a player that I wouldn't mind actually getting rid of, as harsh as it sounds. In terms of signatures so far, I don't think I've really found one in particular, as Swansea are wanting David Drew. Definitely accept that one as well, as the Norman loan agreement is going through. Not 2 years. Don't want 2. There we go. Agreed it on a short term. 2-year loans are just... they're horrible. I don't like them, as Michiafete is out on one, but I don't see him coming back, really, as Kai Clark. Asking about potential involvement in this next game. I'll think about it. I think I might put loads of youth on the bench, as I might, well, I think I will change the team up and play this game. As this is the lineup that I'm going to be going with. We're going to go with Hodgson in goal. Pritchard will start as a youngster, with Kilger still starting a lot of games at the moment. Godwin, Scales and Gleno, with Harry Clifton and Deli Bashiru in the middle, with McAtee just in front. Dan Cox / Liam, and Caden Jackson. Or do we go Caden Jackson? Because Innes Cameron's on that bench. I think I'm actually going to go with Innes, because Jackson's refusing to actually sign a contract at the moment. So I don't really know if he has a future at the club anymore, as harsh as it sounds. I'll change that last minute. We'll go with Innes Cameron. A beautiful player for us in our League 2 days, and he hasn't complained once about game time. So he's going to take that chance, as we're away at the Bet365, or the Stoke City FC Stadium, hoping for more in the FA Cup. As the Stoke team looks very, very strong actually. Tyrese Campbell, Jacob Brown, both good strikers up front, with Sonoria, 80 rated, Tom Sparrow, Jordan Thompson, so they have rotated a little bit, with Liam McCarron, who was once a Leeds player, Ben Wilmot, Connor Taylor and Ibrahim Said, Tom Edwards and Joseph Bursick in goal. We've got a lot of youth on that bench still, but a good starting team. Still, we've gone strong ourselves, so I can hope that we do get this run going. I would absolutely love for an FA Cup little sprint, as Innes Cameron on the ball here, back in the team. Good to be using him once again, as it's through the middle right there onto Coxey. He needs a goal, and oh my... I don't know what to do with him. It's really tough when it comes to him. I just don't know. He's losing his ability to shoot. He's got no right foot or anything. There's a good pass through as well, and from that chance it might be worse. But Hodgson dives across very well. I think it's Carter Hodgson, his name. I'm not too sure. On his first one still, I need to actually work that out, as that was a brilliant save from Carter, doing very well. And back in the team, of course, he got a bit of a league start, as that's a brilliant save again. We're going to block this shot off, and we do. Harry Pritchard getting back, or Ethan Pritchard. I still forget that youth's first name all the time. Pritchard with a good save, as here is the one I've been calling the wrong name for a long time. Coxey, we now just call him, trying to get past his man, and he does. He's not lost his pace despite his goals seizing up. Unlucky from him, as now they've got some passes off. Tom Edwards is going to look to maybe get it round the corner. He doesn't. Through the middle onto Campbell. Good shot coming in, and Hodgson's down again. Brilliant save from our number 2 as it stands. Really good stuff, as here is Coxey. Skips past his man. That's brilliant footwork. If only he could actually do something at the end with this. He's got no end product. That's his problem. As a brilliant run, but blocked. Harry with the ball in the middle of the field. Almost half-time here. Finds Pritchard out wide. Still got his crossing to get better at. He's a very physical player and a pacey player, as he's made a good move right there, though, in towards Cameron. Going for the overhead kick right there, as it's headed over us and potentially going out, and is. A little bit of a chance before half-time here. Can we get the throw in into Deli Bashiru? We do. Whipped in first time, looking for Cameron. Doesn't fall, but falls to Harry. Here is Coxey, going for one. That's a bit better. At least he's testing the keeper, Bursick, on that occasion, as we've got a corner ball. Near post, John McAtee. Just saved from the keeper. Pass straight into Scales, though, and Innes Cameron with a chance. If he scored there, what a return it to the team it would be for him, but it isn't to be so far. Still promising game away from home. 0-0 in the FA Cup. So let's keep going as Deli Bashiru on the ball straight away. Gives it back into Pritchard. Into Deli again on a spin. And Cox is going to try and keep hold of this ball, which he does superbly. Need a bit of a run around us still, though, as we find it in Pritchard. Almost poked through, but look at the gap Deli Bashiru has. Doesn't go to him, it goes to Coxey. I've got to say, with the two strikers we have on the field now, they are so good and capable. But it's just the final product. Gleno to pass this forward as well now into McAtee. On the edge. How is he with his right foot? A little bit better. Still not testing, and I really don't want to draw in this one because that's a replay. I know it's at home, but I don't really trust us in a simulated replay because we've got to get on with the league as well. That's passed around us, and Scales to get that ball out of the middle. It's forward now onto John McAtee. Need a run around if we can have one, please. John just keeping the ball very well. Gets it into Deli Bashiru on the edge himself. Not really an option. Goes wide into Pritchard. Men at the back post. It's whipped in towards Coxey. Just doesn't get there, and Harry can't control. Going to attempt to change the strikers round. I'm going to bring both Cullen and Watmore on, and Reggie Stone for the front three. Why not try something different? Because Stoke, should I say, are on an attack here. I really don't want them to score, because then if we score again, it is a replay. Scales with a good interception, and we'll pass it round the corner into Deli Bashiru to run. Gives it into Coxey. Can we do something before the subs go through, however? Cox is going to find Gleno out wide with a brilliant run against the team that tried to sign him. Can't get the ball into the box, but does win a late corner here for the Mariners. Come on, someone needs to be in the box. Maguire Drew's on as well, as that's not a great one. I actually don't think I put Watmore on. No, I didn't. Telling me to put him on now. As Allsop talking to us in his goalkeeper gloves on the bench. As that looked a decent ball, but fell to no one. Alfie Kilger, can he win it? He does into Bashiru. It's back onto him. Into Alfie Kilger going through bodies. Why not test it as we've stepped out of line a little bit there? And a run down this side. Gleno's got to get back to try and block this potential cross in. It's now onto the edge and it's another good pass through. And I don't believe it. We've done so well in the FA Cup here, away from home. But Liam Baker stole it for the Potters. We're not going to progress. It's another season without a good trophy running. And that's a big gut punch, you know, because I did want to do well in this competition. I really did. Not done well in the Carabao, not done well in the Papa John's when we were in it. And certainly now not in the FA Cup this year. Written off once again. Absolutely. 1-0 win for Stoke, and we gutted. And after that game, we can see Otis Khan has left the club. What a servant. Good luck to him over in France, as Huesca wanting Harry. Absolutely not. Not after the treatment on Hugo Stewart, not even progressing him at all for us. We want him back on loan, a decent player. As there is Oti leaving. What a shame. It just didn't go with the progression, did he? He had a big injury that let him down, and he has left the club. Unfortunate for him as Norman joins him on a loan deal to Cluj. Not a bad one as well. They're playing Europe, I'm pretty sure, the Romanian side. Not a bad loan for him at all. As Reading are up next, still getting scout reports and, of course, loads of moves coming through. And again, they're wanting 2-year loans on David Drew. As the board not happy. I'm guessing that's with the drop out of that competition right there. As how are we doing in the league at the moment? 11th. Not too bad at all, as Reading are down below as Swansea as well. I didn't check the games, did I, today? That is a mistake I made. We've got Reading, Swansea, Sheffield Wednesday. I think we're going to play Swansea, I'd say, the midweek game. And then we've got to get business done. I think I'll end this on deadline day, but still, I'm waiting on all my scouts who aren't coming back with anything, as I need to actually change to the first team, don't I? Grimsby Town default. Is there still more changes to make? I think there is. Sorry, Macca, but you will come out. We'll put Louis Coyle in over Eccles, who can play centre-back, actually. With the injuries we have in the defence, maybe he's not the worst option to put in. Maybe we go with that. Ma and Kilger dropped. Eccles and Scales in, but then we need a wing-back on the bench. And Harry Pritchard, can't remember his first name, did do quite well, so I'll put him there. We'll put Cameron on the bench. I think I want another striker as well, you know. Greedy for them strikers all the time. As we've got a thin squad again. due to the loans out, as that is a solid team, I've got to say. Very impressed with the lineup we've been able to build right there. Coxey back on the bench. We're away at the Majeski Stadium. Puskas up front for them. Hopefully he doesn't perform like him. He doesn't. It's a win for the Mariners. Liam Cullen with it. The scout report's still going through before this Swansea game. We're just not getting these reports back. Finally, some at least, which I'll have to look at, as I know they are free agents. I know we have money, but I just can't find a player that I'd rather pay for when there is Michael Heelick on this list. Been at Huddersfield very recently, a very good player. However, saying that, I do like the look of this Martin Severko, who we've looked at before, a left footer. Could play on the left, Charlie Good. Don't really want him to come anymore. He did play for, what's the face? Scunthorpe. Even forgot about them, they're going out of existence. As Marin Severko, a Croatian, so a player that's, of course, quite continental coming into the club. Trying to bring him in. His last club was Groningen. I think I've pronounced that wrongly. In the Eredivisie, as we're going to try and sign him up to the Mariners. Yes, we're playing well with centre-backs at the moment, but we've got 2 injured. And not great injuries for 2 players. So Severko I'm going to try and bring in as another option. Disregard a release clause. It's telling me his recommended wage. Although I want that to step down a little bit. Although we are going to have to pay players a little bit more. I'm going to go with that. I think that's reasonable. 6k and a bit of a bonus. Reasonable. Severko becomes our first January signing. Cost us nothing budget-wise. And a good addition. Very happy with that. As Swansea up next. Will Severko make his debut? There's tired players in that lineup, you know. I don't think he entirely starts the game, but I'll bring him onto the bench. Good stats as well. I do like them stats on him. As Coyle, we will rotate. We'll give Pritchard a game, actually. Yeah, because Eccles is tired. We'll drop Coyle altogether. I'm going to keep Headley out a bit for Gleno. That's definitely a change we'll probably make. And Dan Cox to come up front. As that is the team. A couple of rotations in there. Severko probably will make his debut later on. Brilliant team. Youth coming in with Pritchard now. Let's see how we do at home against the Welsh club. And Swansea's lineup, it's Burnson Selina back onto the winger for them. Michael Obafemi progressing very well up there, with Morgan Gilavogi on the wing as well. Liam Walsh, Oliver Cooper, and Ogbeta in the midfield, with Harry Darling left centre-back. Ben Cabango, Joel, we're just going to call him Joel, Rusheshka, and Andy Fisher in goal. On the bench, a couple of decent players. Not an extraordinary lineup, and they are down there in the league, so I want to take something from this. Well, not something, definitely not something, all of it. I want 3 points from this, lads. Come on, let's get going as Pritchard. I want to see a decent performance from him as well. Back in this lineup as Cullen to knock this out wide against a club where he's kind of from. Came through the academy, I'm pretty sure, at Swansea. Am I correct in saying that? I really hope I am. As Niall Maher, he's positioning the squad is under scrutiny a little bit, of course. Was one of the OGs, but eventually have to leave the club at some point. Everyone, don't they? As Coxey getting a run around and putting it wide. Unfortunate, Danny, as a ball placed behind us, but we easily read that one. Through the middle onto Deli Bashiru. Cut out, though, as we tried to get that pass through, and we don't get there with Reggie Stone. Forward again. Now they're going to try and come at us a little bit more. Obafemi. Now around the corner. Obafemi's going to get this again. Got to be careful here. A good tackle from Godwin. Ma. They've given that as a penalty. Are you having me on? Niall Maher giving away a spot kick. On the game where he's trying to keep his place in the team. It was a bit of a tangle. But I think he got the ball as well. Obafemi against Allsop. How's he going to be? Ryan Allsop saves the spot kick. And bails out Niall Maher at the back. Brilliant stuff. Almost 20 minutes into the game. Survives the scare. And we've got to make the most of it. The fans will be up for this now we've done it. As Deli Bashiru tried to disguise that pass, but it's fallen straight to Walsh. Scales with a good tackle though. And let's flood forward, shall we, lads, from that. I really do want to pick up the momentum from the save. I try and make sure we do it. As Gleno running down the wing at Ruzeshka. Can't run through him though. Dodgy decision by me actually. As he gets back and makes the tackle. It falls to Scales. Everything's gluing to him. As Reggie Stone round the corner into Harry. Needs to get that out wide again, and he does into Gleno. Go into the byline a little bit before he lifts one towards Cullen. Not a bad cross at all. Need to win that header and do. But cleared straight away by Joel. Need to be underneath this, and we are. Good football so far. Pritchard's turn to come forward a little bit. Stepping out of line. I like us fullbacks going forward as Clifton get that through. Unlucky. As Cullen gets the ball back anyway. And here's Dan Cox. Bit of a chance. Goes for the back heel into Reggie Stone, who puts it below the goalkeeper Fisher in a rather easy goal, I must add. We have the lead just after half an hour at Freeman Street. Get in there. Brilliant little move and a pass off into Dan Cox. Waited for the man. Got the little pass. Drilled under the keeper. And Robert Gilavogi now forward through the middle a little bit there as they've got to run on. And we've got to be careful. Ogbeta, as Harry Pritchard does get his tackle in. Almost half time. He's going to run forward. Is Pritchard into Cullen. Cullen's going to drop that off into Reggie Stone. Cox is in front of us. Here's Dan Cox. He's got to go from range. And oh, he finally scores. Finally. 2-0. And Coxie gets a championship goal, steering it up like the newspapers and tabloids probably have about himself because of his form. But he gets that goal. His man closes him down, Reggie Stone. It's not a great shot, you've got to admit, and poor goalkeeping. But I'm just happy for our number 9. He's one of our own. And so far, so good in our reply from the disappointment of the FA Cup, as that's a ball onto Deli Bashiru. Could be more before half-time. Trying to squeeze through. And he's put it behind for a corner. We'll just whip this one straight away. Not doing too great from a set pieces, but that one was okay. Scales needs to try and head that down. He doesn't, and the referee's blown his whistle before Harry could put it back in the danger zone. Still 2-0. And I've gone for the change at half-time, which is Jaheim Headley coming on for Gleno. Of course, I did mention beforehand he needed that rest as Harry Clifton picking up on the ball. I think one more goal and we could rotate a little bit further. Likes of Jordan Maguire, Drew and Severko waiting for his debut. Still don't feel completely comfortable in this game though, with Niall Maher's challenge of course. As Jaheim Headley, not with a great one right there. Rushing over to the referee as it's probably a yellow card. Couldn't help to that. Not a great tackle as that's hit the side netting. Not a bad crack, but not good enough it seems as Niall Maher straight through the middle. Cullen was running in front of us, but we could not lift that ball over his man. It's now fallen back to them in the middle and Obafemi gets the pass around us. They've got a little bit of a gap, you know. We've got to come across to try and block this. Oh, Alsop! He hit the deck a little bit with that move, didn't he? As Burns and Selena does have them back in the game. Of course, never see ourselves as comfortable and cruising, but out of all the games I thought we were the most. That's just easy. Swansea back in this one as a pass across the box into Reggie. As Cullen cuts across and keeps the ball here back into Reggie Stone. Needs to find a man and does in for Sayo Delibashiru. Not a great pass in the middle though. Not a great pass at all as now they're running behind us. Obafemi's coming across. Need to try and block this one off a little bit. Jaheim Headley jogging after them. Trying to stop a ball into the box. It's now into Walsh. Cuts inside. Goes for a shot. Good job it wasn't handball. That would have been a second penalty for them as Reggie Stone waiting for the run of Coxey. I don't think we're going to get there, so give us that advantage. As Cullen comes off against his former club, as McAtee comes on. A couple of boos and grudges about that decision, which I don't really appreciate for a club hero in McAtee who might make them eat the words, and does. Scores straight away, does John McAtee, off the bench to increase our lead against Swansea once more. A brilliant hit. Truly sensational from John McAtee. Just on the turn. Takes a touch out of his feet. Outside the box. What a class goal that one is. Get in there. And that will be Severko making his debut, I'm pretty sure now. As Harry Clifton can't that pass that ball through his man. It's on to Obafemi. Don't put the pressure on again because we are trying to give a debut onto a defender. And I don't want him absorbing loads of late pressure. I just want him to try and fit in the team a bit. As that's a brilliant ball through to Coxey with space to run. As Cabango can't get the tackle in. Coxey to put it across the box into McAtee with a spin out off the bar. And for a corner. Swansea's man getting a dodgy touch on it as here we go. Reggie to whip this in. Niall Maher trying to make up for his missed penalty. Severko with a pass. Not a great first pass in a Town shirt, but still it works out. Stone to lift it towards Delibashiru. Can't get his head on it, and Harry obviously pushed. Nothing eventually given though. Severko's got his work to cut out here. And what a tackle from the Croatian. Brilliant tackle from Marin. First involvement stopping over Femi, but still it's not over as he gets a block in there, but it comes off his own man. Good save. Clear that one. As we do, no late pressure in this one, thank you very much, as McAtee, that's a brilliant take. Here's John McAtee trying to run past Joel again, cuts inside, brilliant take into Reggie Stone, who cuts past his man. What a counter-attacking move that is for the Mariners. Reggie Stone on the score sheet once more, 4-1. Demolition job done right here on Swansea. Safe to say, the Swans have sunk. After a first half penalty scare and a goal back in the second, it is ultimately a big win here for the Town at Freeman Street in front of the home fans. We progress from here. Perfection, as we're up to 9th in the league as well. Still chasing them playoff spots, you know. The gap is 4 points plus goal difference, which isn't too great. The Chef Wednesday will be simulated right here as well. St. Pauli wanting a short-term loan to buy on David Drew, acceptable. As we still progress, and Pogon coming in for Jordan Maguire-Drew. That's one I'm going to reject. Although he's not playing too much, want to keep him here. I'm not going to, like, choose to sell a, what do you call it, an OG player just because he's not playing. If he's happy with not playing, which he hasn't really come to me this season with a problem. He has before, but it was resolved. As a player leaving the club here, David Drew. Finding a lot of destinations for these loan players, as here is an offer. Villarreal's B team for Ines Cameron. That is rejected. Don't really want him going to a B team in Spain. And still the scout reports that I wanted to come through haven't just yet. So I'm guessing Liam Cole wants to be in the team. Yes, I'll definitely think about it. Despite the 4-1 win. Brilliant play. But then Pritchard's in the team, isn't he? When a youth player's playing well, it's hard to rotate. Eccles is on the bench as well, I'm pretty sure. Maybe Eccles acts as that extra midfielder. I did change him to right wing back rather abruptly. Maybe he just goes back to being a midfielder and we use him. Still, though, saying that, do want to sign another one, as I'm going to put Severco in the team. I will change it up slightly, because Ma did give away that penalty. However, both left-footed, him and Scales, not too cracking. I'll trust him on this. No, I'll put him in the middle. Godwin is his middle player, but I'm going to put him on the right because he's just right-footed with 2 stars. So Severco can be that 3-star in the middle. And we'll go with that one. Cox and Cullen up front. Almost both reaching 70 rated. The dream that they're both at that rating. As hopefully a good result away at Hillsborough. How's it going to go? A 1-1 draw. Not the worst, not the best. When we're chasing the playoffs, it's not the best I would lean to more, though. Liam Cullen and Kajic drops us to 10th, as we've got deadline day, though, now. This is a big moment for the club because we've got to sign, I'm pretty sure. As this may come as a bit of a shock. I'm guessing a lot of a shock. But we haven't got much continental players in. We've got, of course, just signed Severco. Now we're in the Championship, I'm looking around and seeing a lot of quality players, and England, of course, only has a batch of big quality, then everyone dribbles through. So I think we have to look to our horizons a bit more now, with Dani Alba and Jesus Jimenez. If we could get the both of these in, I'd be very happy. Yes, both free agents, both will probably want a high wage to move countries, but I'm going to try and get them in, starting with Jimenez, making the move over. 32-year-old, he wants a crucial, I'll accept. I do want another striker for on that bench. 1-year contract's fine by me, and no release clause. Is definitely not getting 12k a game, I'm pretty sure that is. As we'll offer 7.3. I do, of course, need to up the wages to get these guys in. 7.3 and 12. I think that's acceptable. 11 is not. No chance, Jesus. No chance. Jesus, you are not getting that. 7.8. 11 is what he says mine to. Let's hang on a minute. I'm thinking that. I think that's a good deal, you know. 8.1, signing on bonus, and a 15 goal, 70k increase if he does reach it. And he just turns that down. So you know what, Jesus? I'm turning you down. I've got to change my mind on it a little bit more, as these 3 are the ones I'm looking at now. Not all of them. I know these 2 midfielders are quite old, but oh my god, if we could get Alex Moa in. That's the one I'm going to approach first. After his release from West Brom. What a signing this could be, but his wages I know are going to be difficult to handle as well. 7.8 I think is very acceptable for him. Same rating as Deli Bashiru actually. 7.5 plus a signing on bonus. 7.8 he will take. Oh, I'm still going to try and be quite cheeky and lower it, but still, that is very acceptable. As always, it's increased it to 9.4 now without that bonus. Ooh, no. Can we offer the 8 with a signing on bonus of 50? And I took the bonus off, didn't I? Can we just offer that one? 9.4. That is too much. I'll settle on 8.4 if he can. Which he will do. Right, he'll be one of the highest paid players, but that is a huge signing in Alex Mowat. This guy brings loads of experience to this Grimsby side right now, and I'm very happy with this one. Joining the club from West Brom, Barnsley, Leeds United he's been at. What a player. And I was thinking I just wanted a midfielder to go behind Harry and to go behind Josh Eccles, but now the lineup is a bit weird with, of course, Harry Clifton now. Alex Mowat going into the team. He's not going to be the captain. Sorry, mate. But no, I will give it to Allsop in this line, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe Goodwin. Just give it to a defender because he can lead from the back. This is looking more like a solid outfit now. It's not particularly an issue, but something I have seen. 108 now on total squad wages. Ugh, that is not too great. Of course, there's a lot of loan players out, a lot of players at this club, which I'm pretty sure won't be very soon, as we haven't even started ticking down the clock. Here we go. As another bid for Innes Cameron from Konyaspor. It's not a bad one, you know. It's not a bad one at all. But I'm going to turn that down. Or actually, I regret doing that now a little bit. I regret doing that because the other player on my list was Callum Morton. I don't know if we can afford him though, because he's just upped his price range. I don't think we can. There is no players on the shortlist, and I think it is all about players potentially leaving the club at the moment, which isn't a great thought, but Benevento for Innes Cameron? Maybe he could just maybe start his career somewhere else, but I don't see Benevento as a realistic place for him to go. I'm not going to save him moving abroad for moving abroad's sake. I'm not going to give him all the game time, but to have him here, probably better than letting him go, as Todd Cantwell's left for FCSM. That's another offer from Turkey for Innes Cameron. Maybe it's got me thinking he wants to go. I'll accept it. You know what? I will accept it. Potentially allowing us to call back maybe James Goodwin from his loan. That's not actually a bad idea in my head. I think it could work out rather well, but still, got to see if he does leave. As he does, a stalwart under us here at Grimsby. Got us a brilliant fairy tale ending to the League 2 second season, but has left the club. Quite gutting us. Falmilkiao coming in for Liam Cullen, and that's a decent bid for Cullen, but that's rejected as well from Portugal. I don't think he's really going to want to move out of the English leagues to go there. If we're a Premier League team or a higher team, I would have thought about it, but it's not, as the window is over, and I am going to go, and I think I'm going to do it straight away. He's playing over in America, James Goodwin. How much would it cost us? That's peanuts. I mean, I'm not, of course, messing around with money too much, but I'm willing to pay that as James Goodwin returns to the Mariners from his loan spell. I think he could come straight onto that bench. Can play in Cam as well. I'm pretty sure he was 19 a moment ago. It might have been his birthday after he's been recalled. A big birthday present for Goodwin coming into the Mariners side. As this video looks quite a long one, so I think I'm going to be ending it right here. Of course, there's players in the academy we could promote, but I've got a lot out on loan and I don't really want to fill the squad up that much. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching the episode right here. Don't forget to, as always, like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here to make sure you don't miss anything in the future. That has been it from me today, so thank you all for tuning in. Race to 2.8k. Let's take care of yourselves. In a bit, and peace.